welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are having a great and exceptional day. Happy Friday and all that good stuff. Well, my bad, Thursday, because yesterday was my Friday. So, but anyways, let's get into it. Those are the great three free things: like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Um, Today's word of the day is component. Stands for a part or element of a larger whole, especially a part of a machine or a vehicle. Whether you want to realize this or not, you are a part of a component in this thing called life. Whether you live in Arizona, whether you live in Texas, whether you live in Virginia, whether you live in New York, whether you live in California, Florida, whatever, you are a component in this thing called life, and it's called the economic game. It's called, they call it, a lot of people will call it the old school saying, cogs in the system and whatnot. Because basically, we have to go to work, we have to pay bills, and doing those things helps drive the American economy and the global economy, whether it's a small business, big business, government institution, whatever have you, because that organization needs bodies to help them run the machine. States and cities and the federal government need people to pay taxes so that they can remain in business. Companies need you to buy their products so that they can remain in business. Capitalism, it's a beautiful thing. Some people make money, some people don't. Some people make more money than others, and it's a game of winners and losers. A sink or swim system. Okay, so you're a part of the system whether you want to believe it or not. Even people that are on welfare that don't, for whatever reasons, whether good for bad or whatever, they're making somebody else rich because the people that own the property that the person is living in is guaranteed to pay the landlord as long as the landlord keeps up to the code of the housing authority system or whatnot, keep the place up to code. So hey, it's guaranteed money. And a lot of times, the person living there, they might be paying $100 a month or less, or $0 a month, and so you have more of a guaranteed and whatnot. Everything is a business in the United States of America. That's why I get very, I'm not gonna say upset, but I feel insulted when politicians are talking to me, are not talking about economics and handing out any specific economic tangibles, and they just want to talk about what happened in 1955 and 1960s and 2022 going to 2023. A lot of that stuff is irrelevant. You can think about your past and all that good stuff, but your future is what matters. And the future in the United States of America, if you ain't got no money, you ain't got much of a future. If you don't have access to capital, because we've already gone through the whole generation of everybody getting college degrees and whatnot. But yeah, if you don't have access to capital and have being put in a position to where you can thrive from an economic perspective, then having a boatload of money means nothing. I can't really put it any other way on that one, family. So, anyways, I digress. But so you are part of a component, whether you realize it or not. Schools, they need funding and they need to have bodies in the seat. Even people that go to prison, you are part of a component system because the cities and states make money off of their prisoners. They get access to money from various organizations, whether it could be the Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Prisons and whatnot. They get money from the state. They get money from city tax dollars and whatnot. And then a lot of times, you have prisoners working in specific programs to where they might get paid 50 cents an hour or maybe $1 an hour, but the person that is in charge of that program is making a lot of money, and a lot of times certain contracts will go to the city and the state, and therefore it saves the city and the state a lot of money. Everything revolves around a freaking dollar. Even when you die, there's money involved. The funeral homes get paid. Insurance companies have to pay out a certain amount of money because you've been paying a certain amount of money a year. Hopefully if you get life insurance, I'm not telling you what life insurance to get, but I'm saying you're an idiot to not get any life insurance because you got life insurance programs out here that are up to $30, $50 a month. But I'll leave it at that. Never be a burden on your family when you're dead. That's the worst burden. I've seen it with my own family, so that's why I take that very seriously. But anyways, the funeral home, the embalming, the death certificate, the office that issues the death certificate. There's money, like even when you're born, your birth certificate, social security card, hospitals. Everybody's making money. Money is around us. That's why to not talk about it, especially we're in a political season, so that's why I say you insult me when you're not talking about the economics. But it's all around you in everything we do. Hey, gas, food, rent, mortgage, utilities, car payments, insurance, car tax, house tax, you name it, gas tax, tax on everything, prices, everything, internet, cell phones, everything costs. All right, you are playing a component in this economic game, whether you want to believe it or not. So that's why to not get any specific, try to get any specific good information in that regards, and try to actually look how you can win in the game of money outside of having a regular job is beneath me. Yeah, it's like in today, especially in today's world, we live in that time frame where you have to do that. You have to have that mindset. All right. Speaking of people who had that mindset, and definitely one gentleman who was gone too soon. I can't believe he would have been 51 years old today. Tupac Shakur. All right, Tupac. He was one of the best rappers, best actors. I think if my man wouldn't have been killed back in 1996, the things he could have done in this life, man, it would just. I think he would have had like schools. I think he would have bought land. I think he would have bought real estate. I think he would have got with other. He would have had more of a entrepreneurial mindset like Nipsey Hussle. Because from what I've heard and read, that's where he was killed when he was 25 years old. Nipsey was killed when he was 33, I believe. But I think with more time on this earth, that he probably could have had raised a family. Probably would have eventually got married. Some people he said he would have gotten married to Jada Pinkett, but I doubt it because he maybe he would have matured more, but he would have stomped that nonsense with her personality. It's like, and there's nothing against ladies with a strong personality, but real men don't deal with a lot of headaches. That's why my shirt says I don't do drama, I do business. Only time I'm going to deal with consistent drama is there's some money involved. But that's just me. But anyways, Tupac has some of the best quotes out there, and I wanted to read just a couple of them because today's his birthday, so I'm gonna give tribute. He's one of my favorite rappers and actors. I know he would have been one of my favorite entrepreneurs out in this world because of the mindset that he had. But he said, "Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside while we're still alive. While we are still alive, never surrender." And I could not agree with that statement more because there are a lot of people, especially now because of the way that things are in the U.S. economy, a lot of people feel dead inside because they're not being able to move forward with the things that they want to do. They feel like, as we get older, we're like, you're losing time. Every day, you're losing time. All right. And that's why time is valuable and it should not be wasted, one. But two, you have to live your dream and your purpose. And it has to be outside of getting married and being a good parent. I'm not knocking being married and being a good parent. I think it's a great thing. But you were put on this earth for a purpose outside of that. That's normal stuff. It's like drinking water and breathing air. You're put on this earth to walk in your purpose. But if that's your purpose, then cool. But don't complain when you get older in this life and say, well, I wish I could have had more time to do X, Y, Z. Because as we get older, hey, I'm turning 40 years old in 6 months. I know I don't. I know I need to live my best life and continuously work on the things that I want to do in my life. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. Another quote from Tupac. He says, "They have money for war but can't feed the poor," and that's real. That's just real. It's a lot of times, and then with food shortages that are happening nowadays, you have so many food banks out there. So it's a crazy time. That's why I said this money thing, I take it very seriously. Money moves is not flossing. Money moves is not having nice jewelry and a nice car, unless that car is making you some money outside of taking you to your job. Money's not having an overpriced house. Money's not having the latest and greatest technology and whatnot. Money outside of survival needs to be saved and grown in various aspects, because if not, then you put yourself in more of a position, and trust me, within the next couple of years, people are going to be they think they're feeling it now, you're going to be feeling it even more so in the next couple of years, if regardless of who's sitting in the White House, State House, and the Mayor's House, if you're not about your business. Point blank and simple. But anyways, another one quote, he said, "Reality is wrong, dreams are for real." And I'm with him on that one, because a lot of times if you just focus on reality a little bit too much, then a lot of times it can suck away your dreams and it can kill your dreams. We've all gone through emotions where we're like, dang, is this it? Will my dream never come true? We've all gone through that, because reality can kick us in the face, kick us in the butt every now and then. We go through these things, excuse me. And that's just one thing to just think about, And one other quote, he said, "Should I stop trying and give up? But then that's exactly what they're waiting for me to do." That's the truth. Society loves when you give up on your dreams. You know why, family? You don't know why? Because when you give up on your dreams, and that means you are not competition anymore. Think about that. When you give up on your dreams, that means you are no longer competition, because that means you are willing to only be an obedient, subservient employee and nothing more. All right. and that means you're less of competition. It's like, think about playing football and whatnot. If the Washington Commanders going against the Dallas Cowboys, and the Washington Commanders gave up on the field and just sat on the sidelines like, hey, y'all run the ball, go ahead and get the touchdown, then they win. That's life. And I'm not even a sports guy, but I understand the competition and drive, and that's why so many people who were professional athletes and whatnot become, or former athletes in college, become the best entrepreneurs and business people and investors, because they have, one, discipline, two, dedication, and they know how to execute goals and aspirations and ideas on a regular basis, and are not scared to get hit and go down. Especially football players, they're not scared to get hit. They get knocked down, because they get knocked down 5 times and they get up 15 more times. You know what I mean? So that's why they become. So shout out to all the athletes who have become great entrepreneurs and whatnot, and investors. All right. And yesterday was Ice Cube's birthday, so I represented him when I was at the gym. I'm going to represent him on my channel. He said, when you're talking to lions, you can't meow like a pussycat, and that's real. That's real. It's just and at the end of the day, regardless how big you are, how small you are, and whatnot, you got to own who you are. Like when I walk into a place, I remember my buddy Radu, when I saw him in Phoenix, Arizona last year. He was like, "You walked in here. We met him at I think it was Yard House, nice place next to the Cardinal, the baseball player stadium out there, and or football player stadium in Phoenix. But anyways, he's like, you walked in here like you own the place. I said, no, I just walked in there like, hey, I am who I am, and this is what it is. You don't like it, have a nice life, and that's how you got to be. You got to live in your truth. Now, we can all accept criticism in various aspects, but at the end of the day, you do have to live in your truth. I will say that with all sincerity. You got to live in your truth. You got to be who you are and go from there, right, family? So anyways, another quote Ice Cube said, I think the worst thing you can do in a situation is nothing. We are in a situation now where it's not the time to just tuck your tail between your legs and give up and whatnot. We're in a situation in America and around the world where you have to continuously make moves, and you have to not be scared to take a leap. All right, and you have to be able to cut down the things that don't matter. Like cutting your spending as much as possible, so that you can increase your savings, at an expedited rate and whatnot, and continue to develop skill sets that matter and keep you relevant. Continuously to move forward with your business and all that good stuff. All right. And one of my favorite quotes from Ice Cube song, "Today Was a Good Day." He said, "Today I didn't even have to use my AK. I gotta say it was a good day." And at the end of the day, every day you're alive is a good day, regardless if you're doing what you want to do, but you're doing what you need to do. Every day is a good day to be alive. So that's my mindset. All right. So do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully, you guys have a great day. Do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out my online store. 2, don't forget to, if you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, please do not forget to check out WEBULL, Crypto.com, Coinbase, Acorn, Stash, all that good stuff. You sign up with those platforms, you'll be able to make some money and be able to invest your money all at the same time. All right, not giving out financial advice. Talk to a CPA. But on that note, family, as I always say, make money moves, or you're gonna live, bro, like a fool. Take care.